Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the October 2019 pick a card. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So basically you have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So you can pause the video if you'd like and take your time to find out which pile you're the most drawn to. You can pick based on the pile up here or the crystals that are down here. So these crystals are argonite, carnelian, copper, and goldstone. So if you guys find it easier to pick with the crystals, you can, or you can just pick based on the card up here. And then once you guys are done picking your card, you can scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp link to your specific card so you can skip ahead right to your personal reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, starting now. All right, so if you guys chose pile number 1, this is going to be your reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, starting now. All right, so pile number 1, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the Wheel of Fortune, and this is kind of like a mix between really good things and kind of like a mix of some like meh kind of things. So definitely there's going to be some highs and lows in the month of October for you guys. When we have the 4 of Pentacles, this can mean that you are feeling like saving your money at this time. And also when it's beside the 5 of Swords, it could be that you like lend a friend or a family member some money and they kind of don't really repay you. So you might be like waiting for somebody to repay you some money that you let them borrow or you let them have, and it looks like they're kind of not really paying it back. So something around finances, or maybe you like pay them dinner and you're waiting for them to Venmo you or something like that, and they just don't get around to it and they kind of never do. So that could put you in a little bit of an upset mood. It could also be somebody that just kind of like takes advantage of you in some sort of way. So definitely be on the lookout for like a friend or maybe even a family member that ends up kind of taking advantage of you in the month of October, because it looks like there's definitely a chance of that. It doesn't look like it's going to be all bad though, because with the Wheel of Fortune, this also signifies having like really good highs as well. So it could be that like you're feeling pretty good financially, but yet you're wanting to save, because when you have the 4 of Pentacles right here, this is like somebody who wants to save up their money and they're kind of holding on to it, and they care about like what they've made. So it looks like it's going to be a good month of making money, but it looks like you're going to want to be saving that money rather than spending it. And then it looks like someone's going to kind of maybe want to take advantage of you in that area in some type of way. And then maybe not like repay. And then when we have the 4 of Cups right here, this is kind of like looking at the past, looking at things that didn't work out. So maybe this friend is going to kind of disappoint you in some kind of way, but you do have other friends, because this card does signify like you have other things to look forward to and not everything's all bad. And but most of the time, like when this card comes up, you're mostly looking at the bad stuff rather than looking at all the good things that are awaiting you as well. So it's just a reminder of you do have good things to look at, so don't let yourself get too pessimistic this month, because it does look like maybe you're going to be looking at like all the bad things, like why is all this stuff happening to me? But there is good things happening. So you also have an option to look at those things as well. Definitely not everything is all bad. This can also be when we have the 4 of Pentacles here, caring a lot about maybe the way you look, caring a bit more about your diet, caring a bit more about the physical things that are in your life, and trying to save up and trying to actually get into a good routine, things like that. So I'm definitely seeing that for you guys, but it does look like someone's trying to take up your time or take up, they're just not really the best influence basically. The next card that we have is the Gemini card, and then we also have Pluto down here. And then we also have the Sun card over here. And so with these, I'm just gonna put that one a little bit higher so you guys can see it. So with the Gemini card, you might be dealing with the Gemini this month. It might be that somebody's being a little bit two-faced with you, and we have the 5 of Swords right here as well. So it's kind of like somebody is maybe tricking you and making you think that they're this amazing person, but they kind of maybe have like a secret agenda, or they go around kind of, it could be gossip as well, somebody kind of talking behind your back when you know, you think that they're your friend type of thing. So you might deal with somebody like that in the month of October for sure. With Pluto, this is kind of things that are a little bit hidden. It's ruled by Scorpio, and so it's like the underworld, the things that are hidden, the things that we don't know about. So somebody might have a secret agenda kind of in the month of October, like a friend or a family member that, you know, is hiding the fact that they don't have enough money to pay you back, and maybe they're lying and saying that they do. So You might be dealing with something like that in the month of October. And then with the sun, this kind of tells you that like things are all okay. When the sun comes up, this is like, it illuminates everything. Things get shown to you. And so something that's being hidden from you right now is going to come out and be like brought. Sorry guys, my camera cut out there for a little second. So this is basically like somebody who might be a little bit obsessed with you and can't like let go. So it could be like an ex of yours that still can't let go and still constantly thinks about you and your previous relationship together. But when we do have the sun, this is showing that there's still going to be a lot of good in this month. And it's kind of like lots of realizations, being a leader, kind of like what it says at the top here. It's a lot of creativity as well. It deals with Leo, and so this is kind of like you might really be focused on you and trying to let go of like other people and trying to focus a bit more on yourself, a bit more on diet, exercise, the way that you look, the way that you present yourself, focusing on your goals, your needs, that kind of stuff. And so it's all good when it comes to that, but it could be that somebody else in your life, like friends or like an ex or like a family member, is needing your attention a lot or like relying on you for certain things when you kind of just want to focus on you this month. We also do have the card here of Divine Feminine and then the card of Release. And so it looks like you're definitely going to be releasing some stuff, especially obviously with that Release card here. And so this is like definitely I'm getting the vibes of like maybe an ex or a certain friend that you know is not a good influence on you anymore. And it's time that you're like, okay, I need to release this person, and you feel like you need to focus more on yourself with this Sun card, because the Sun is kind of like you and yourself and focusing on you. It's ruled by Leo, and so this is all about you, your goals, that kind of stuff. And so you're going to be really wanting to focus more on yourself this month and release some old people from your life that you feel are just there taking advantage of you, or they're a little bit obsessed with you, something like this, along the lines of this. Or it could be that they just kind of take advantage of you and they have ulterior motives, and you know about that. And so it's time that you feel like just cutting those cords, which is why we have like the knife in this card over here. And then so we also have this Divine Feminine. And this is like you just wanting to focus maybe on yourself. This is you trying to go a little bit inwards, have your own personal kind of journey. This is also about dealing with beauty, maybe changing up the way that you look, focusing more on yourself and taking care of your body, these types of things. We also have the card here of Divine Sisterhood, which goes along perfectly with Divine Feminine. And then we also have Life Restored. And so with this Life Restored card and the Sun here, this is like you want to release your past. You want to release some people that are a little bit dragging you down, and they don't really bring you up or anything like that. They're just people that honestly have been bringing you down. And so you're wanting to restore your personal life again. You're wanting to restore your own personal goals, your own personal things. And so in the month of October, that's going to be your main focus, and you're going to be releasing anything that kind of holds you back from that. And then with this Divine Sisterhood, this is like hanging out with more female friends, hanging out with people that are on your level. Because with Divine Sisterhood, this is like and I'm feeling like you're going to be around a lot of feminine energy this month, and you're going to want to be around maybe your female friends, or, you know, your mom or your sister or anything like this. Any sort of female energy, you're going to desire to be around that instead and focus a little bit more on your on yourself. And it doesn't have to be feminine. It could just be that, you know, you're a bit more focused on the feminine things, like changing up your looks, changing up your style, or being a little bit more intuitive as well, because feminine deals with your intuition since it's ruled by the moon. And with all this, it's like you're going to be more attracted to hanging out with people who are on your same wavelength, who have similar goals, who have similar life ambitions, who have the same kind of motivation as you when we have this here. And so it's kind of like cutting out anybody who doesn't fit in that anymore and kind of brings you down. And especially when we have the Not For You card and then Imagine. So it's like you're going to be cutting away things that just don't fit in with you anymore. Like I was saying, this Not For You card is like you're going to feel the people that just don't fit in with you anymore. And it's not necessarily a bad thing or anything like that. It's just like when people don't fit in anymore, they just don't fit in. And so it's time to change up those things, and you're going to be cutting away and releasing things and restoring your own life and restoring your own goals. You're going to be kind of like a dreamer this month of like, what do I really want to create? What do I really want to do? And everything's going to be kind of revolving around you, and we have this Sun card. And this isn't a bad thing. This isn't an egotistical thing. This is more of like, you just want to pursue your own things, and you want to pursue your own goals, which is a great thing, honestly. We also have the scribe card right here, and then the hedonist. So with scribe, this is like, honestly, like gaining a lot of knowledge. It could be writing as well. Some of you guys might be writers and you're going to really want to focus on doing that, or planning out your future, or doing some like manifestation with writing, something to do with writing this month. There's going to be quite a lot of that. You're going to be focused on your work, gaining knowledge, focusing on you, and yeah, honestly, just planning. I see a lot of organization and planning in the month of October for you guys, and just thinking about your future a lot. And then with the hedonist card, this is kind of like embracing the beauty in yourself. And then also it could be like with the shadow attributes, because there's dealing with a lot of like the like kind of negative energy of people that bring you down. So this is like pursues pleasure in the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. And so this is kind of like getting rid of people who do that to you, because you might have some people around you, or someone in particular, who kind of just indulges but at the expense of you, where you have to pay for them, and they're just, you know, you take them out to a restaurant and they buy the most expensive thing on the menu and then expect you to pay for it, type of thing. Something around the lines of this. Or they're energy vampires, they drain you a lot. Or they're just a bad influence on your health, and they're always like taking you out to parties or here and there and just influencing you to be a bit more indulgent in things that aren't good for you. So, but the light attributes of this is like, finally this month you're going to be more focused on you, and you're going to be cutting away those people from your life and focus more on celebrating yourself, celebrating the good things in life, and focus more on your beauty and your health. So I definitely see that for you guys, and a lot of planning. And that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this video a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. All right, so pile number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of October. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, starting now. All right, so pile number 2, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Emperor. So when we have all of these cards, this is giving me major career vibes. And so with the Ten of Pentacles, this can also be talking a bit about family as well, but mostly I'm feeling career, since we have the King of Wands and also the Emperor here. So if you guys are thinking about starting anything in business or doing something along the lines of business or school, this is going to be the focus of October for you guys. So if you guys are in school, it's going to be some heavy school work where you feel really on top of your stuff, but there's a lot going on, but you're going to feel incredibly on top of it. And if you guys are thinking about starting a business, it's going to be really good. Or if you guys already have a business, things just seem to be going on the up and up. More money is being made, more things are happening, more creativity is flowing. You're meeting the right people, you're making the right connections, but you're also like the leader of this. So somehow, whether you guys are in school or you're working or starting a business or anything like that, you are going to be the leader of this. You're going to be like the pioneer of this. You're going to be doing a lot of things, and it's going to be a very busy month for you guys. But it's also going to feel very fulfilling as well, because with the Ten of Pentacles, this is like feeling so fulfilled. You're feeling on top of everything. You're feeling like everything's fitting into place. Things are going very well. And with the King of Wands, this is very creative. So you're coming up with new creative ideas. You're being the leader of this. You're being somebody who's like taking initiative, and it feels like a very productive month where things are just moving forward for you guys and things are just happening. And again, like you're meeting the right people, but yet you're the leader of this, and you're coming up with amazing ideas. With the Queen of Cups here, this is like everything's feeling emotionally fulfilled. You're getting ideas from your intuition. Things are flowing in. You might have dreams about certain things and have inspirations of like, oh, I need to start this. I need to do this. Things are just going to feel correct, flowing, moving. The Emperor right here, this is like you're definitely going to feel, again, like the leader, because the King of Wands is a leader, the Emperor is a leader. And you're going to feel, again, completely on top of everything. And you might be in some sort of like commanding position in the month of October, where either you're working on a school project and you're the leader of it, or you're starting your own business and you're the complete leader and initiator of doing this and going into this. If you guys already own a business or anything like this, it's like you are feeling completely like business is great this month. And you're leading new projects or taking things in a different direction and being very fulfilled and on top of certain things. If you guys work for a certain company and you're like, what is this talking about, owning a business or whatever, this is more of like being in a position maybe where you guys get promoted, or you now have people under you that you command and you kind of like tell these people what to do type of thing like this. And it could also be that you guys are focused a lot on home life as well, because the Ten of Pentacles, even though it deals a lot with career, because Pentacles always deals with career or school, this also deals with family and home life. And so somehow you're also balancing all of your family and home life while also doing a lot of initiating on your own. So I feel like you guys have a very good balance this month of seeing and meeting the needs of yourself and your business or schoolwork or anything like this, while also having a really great balance of like family and friends. Mostly the Ten of Pentacles does deal with more of like a family type of thing, so there might be a celebration happening in the month of October as well that you guys are celebrating. You might be part of the celebration, you might be the celebration, or there's some sort of family celebration happening in the month of October that you guys will be taking part of. And I also feel like you guys are going to have a lot to talk about in the month of October. Like there's a lot happening where you feel very proud of yourself and you're very excited to tell people certain things and certain accomplishments that you've made. You might be meeting family members or seeing family members that you haven't seen in a long time. And you just feel like the need to, or the want and the desire to maybe tell everyone like all of your accomplishments, all the things that you're doing. And it's going to be kind of exciting for you to do this. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be interested in hearing about the things that you've done and where you are now and the things that you're doing. We also have the 10th house of career. And so this card definitely brings up the aspect talking about career, like things. The 10th house deals with like owning business, a lot of success, bringing in a lot of money, deciding what you want to do with your career, where you're going, where you're headed, and just, you know, taking on the responsibility, being the leader, being the initiator, and doing a lot with work and bringing in a lot of money. So I definitely say like you guys, I see for you guys that you guys are going to be bringing in more money in the month of October. Things just feel a lot more wealthy and prosperous and fruitful in the month of October for you guys. Then we also have this Moon card, which deals a lot with this Queen of Cups that we have. So this is like listening to your intuition, listening to your dreams, listening to your emotions. I feel like your emotions are going to be incredibly fulfilled this month, and you're just going to feel very excited about something, very inspired about something. You could also be changing up a little bit about yourself, and I feel like there's going to be a massive kind of shift for you guys this month, but it's going to be just a flowing shift. It's going to flow in. It's going to just ascend you. It's not necessarily like a flip type of shift. This is more of an ascension type of shift. It's like you guys are ascending to the next level in the month of October. And it's going to, again, fulfill you emotionally. Your inspirations are going to be high. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of ideas and a lot of inspirations that just come kind of out of nowhere. And then also with the 7th house card, this is, again, focusing on relationships. So family matters are going to be, they're just going to come up, but in a really positive way. I feel like you're going to be seeing family members. 7th house deals with relationships. So if you guys are in a relationship, you're going to be very fulfilled in this partnership as well. It's going to be a focus on in the month of October, where you guys maybe even meet somebody who's very, you know, high up, wealthy, who's on your level. That emotionally fulfills you, take things to the next level with somebody. Again, it's just like career and relationships are a huge focus for you guys this month, and they honestly feel very fulfilling in the month of October for you guys. We also have the Air card right here, and then the Trust card. And so I feel like you guys, since you guys are taking things to a new level, with this Trust card, it's like telling you guys that you're going to be putting your full entire trust and your inspirations into something with moving it to the next level. And you guys need to trust that it's going to work out for you guys. Because there might be a little bit of fears here and there where you guys are like, oh, well, I'm about to do this big thing. And is it going to work out the way that it's supposed to? And I feel like your intuition's telling you that, yes, it's going to. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great. There might be fears around it or doubts, but it's like reminding you that, yeah, no, it's going to be great. It's fine. Your intuition's telling you it's going to be fine. You know it's going to be fine. It's all about trusting the process of walking into the unknown. This is walking into the unknown in the month of October, walking into new career things, maybe new school things, or new relationship things, and just having that trust and making sure that everything feels good. But always check your intuition. I feel like your intuition is going to be very strong and prominent in the month of October as well, where you guys might be receiving messages with this air card. It just could be like ideas, inspirations just pop in your head this month, because air deals with anything around communication, thinking, anything to deal with the mind. And so this is like your mind just coming up with crazy random ideas, and you're just like, that seems like a great idea, I should do this. And it's just about trusting it and acting upon it right when it comes. We also have the Chariot of Ascension right here, and then we have the Divine Sunchild. And so with these cards, the Chariot of Ascension, like I was saying before, this is like a shift, and it's like an ascension shift into the next level. So this card completely reiterates and talks about exactly what I was talking about before. And then we also have the Merkaba. The Merkaba is kind of like the shape of creation in the universe. It's the shape of almost everything, and it's made up of the shape that creates everything of this universe. So with this, it's like you guys are going to have a huge creation month where anything that you guys think of and act upon is going to just work out in a great, exciting, fulfilling manner. And so anything that you focus on with your attention this month, whether it's relationships or career or schooling, is going to go very, very well for you guys. And with this Divine Sunchild, this is like you, focusing on everything that's going on in your life. There's also going to be this aspect of the month of October where you focus a lot on like family and friends and relationships that are around you, but it's kind of like you're the main focus of this. People want to talk to you and know about what you're doing, all the cool things and exciting stuff that's happening for you guys. And so I feel like this is going to be a very blessed month for you guys, where it just feels honestly really, really good. And then we also have the card here of Orphaned and Flexible. With this Orphaned card, this is like you guys might be feeling like there might have been a time of your life where you felt kind of like left out, where you feel like you couldn't really connect to family very much maybe. And I feel like it's all going to change in the month of October, where you kind of become the center of attention, sort of. And it's like the shift and the change. It's like you are now ascending to this part where everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to know what's going on in your life and the things that are happening for you guys, rather than feeling left out, because there might have been an aspect of you where you felt left out. Also with this Orphaned card, it could be that there's moments of the month where you feel like you really have to push forward a lot. Like it could be that you start this thing, and then maybe with those trust issues or any of those doubts that you could make it, there might be times where you feel very like worried about that. But I feel like you guys are going to be able to flex right around that and do everything that you aspire to do, everything that you kind of dream of. Then we also have this Pioneer card and then the Teacher card. And so if you guys are in school, I feel like you're going to be learning so much. You're going to be ascending to the next level of learning. New things are going to be happening. Also, I feel like a lot of people are going to be asking you for advice as well. So during any family get-togethers or friend get-togethers, I feel like you're going to be the center of attention, where everyone's like, how are you doing what you're doing? How are you creating this? How are you getting all of this? How are you getting ahead so much? How are you ascending this much? And I feel like you're going to be able to talk about quite a bit and be a teacher and guide to others, and people are going to want to know what you have to say. And then also with this Pioneer card, again, you guys are ascending to the next level somehow. So either you guys are starting your own business, or you're starting a new project, or doing new things that people are looking at you and they're like, holy crap, no one's ever done this before. No one's ever done these things, or at least it's not very common. And so you're definitely going to be a pioneer that comes up with all these sorts of new things, new ideas, and you're going to be on your own wavelength, doing your own thing, and it's going to inspire a lot of other people, where they're going to want to know how you're doing it and what you're doing to be able to do this. So this is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 2 for the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Alright, so pile number 3, my copper pile. If you guys chose this pile, this is your reading for the month of October. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, starting now. All right, so pile number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the Ace of Swords, and we have the Hangman, the Page of Cups, and the Devil. And so what this card pile is sort of talking about is there's some kind of like challenges that you guys are going to be finally facing and needing to get over in the month of October. And this deals with like things, attachments to maybe some negative things. And these negative things could either be negative thought patterns. Sorry, a motorbike just drove by and that was really loud. Okay, so the Devil, this is like talking about things that, like negative attachments to either negative thinking patterns, thinking that you're not good enough, thinking that you're not worthy, attachments to those types of things, or attachments to negative things in the way that represent maybe like drugs or alcohol, ways of escapism, and things that kind of bring you down, or attachments to toxic relationships, anything that's sort of like toxic. I think you guys probably are aware of something that's toxic in your life that you're kind of maybe hooked on or attached to, or like feelings or negative thought patterns, things like this. Anything along the lines of this, I feel like you guys kind of can intuitively know what that means for you. Again, it's a general reading, so it can mean any of the above kind of things that are just negative attachments that bring you down and make you feel not worthy, or they hold you back from certain things, or they're just negative habits that you have that are hard to break free from and let go of. With the Ace of Swords, this is like you guys are going to be cutting this stuff away in the month of October. You're finally going to be you're going to find a new way of thinking, and this new way of thinking is going to serve you very well, to the point where you're going to want to cut away from the negativity. You're going to want to cut away from bad habits or negative toxic people. And with this Hangman, it's going to kind of put you in a standstill place of where you're going to be trying to decide like what's best for you, or what you should be doing, or you might be feeling like scared to move forward or scared to make this change, but this change is coming and like knocking on your door in the month of October, of telling you that like, hey, you need to look at the world with a new perspective. And so with the Ace of Swords and the Hangman right here, this is finally coming across a more positive and a different way of thinking that actually serves you, that actually breaks you free from some bad habits. But yet you might still get like initiations of like wanting to, you know, go back to a negative relationship, or wanting to indulge in some bad habits, or wanting to like avoid good opportunities because you don't think you're good enough, or you're scared that you might not be good enough, or you're scared of rejection, or these types of things. You're finally going to be challenged in the month of October to get over these things and to finally cut away bad habits or bad thinking patterns or bad people from your life. And it's definitely going to be a perspective change for you. Like, you're going to see things in a different way, and you're going to realize that you're kind of stuck in something that you don't want to be stuck in anymore. You want to move forward. You want to change your life in a better way. And so this Page of Cups right here, this is like thinking things outside of the box, because he's holding a fish in a cup, guys. This fish in a cup, who walks around with a fish in their cup? Not a lot of people, okay? So this is like you finally being like, hey, I'm going to be different. And I don't care about the way that people think about me anymore. I'm changing everything. And it's like these little sparks, these little ideas that come to you of like, hey, I want to do something with my life. I want to stand out. And I think that the reason why most people kind of get into these bad habits are usually the people that want to stand out in a certain way, or have like a different form of expression that they might feel like they need to repress in modern day society because they're unique in a certain way. And so a lot of times we take on bad habits to repress the fact that we feel like we can't express ourselves fully with who we really are. And so who you really are is actually a very unique person, a very beautiful person that doesn't need to be attached to bad habits or bad people or bad things. But the reason why you have this attachment could be because you are trying to fill a void of maybe feeling like you can't be your full self. And so this is going to be like a month of realization of like, I want to be my full self, but I don't want to have the bad habits that I just try to use in order to repress certain things. And so it's finally this new realization, this new thinking pattern that's kind of like coming up, and it's going to beam you up, and you're just going to be very inspired to let go of these things. Again, I feel like these things, you're still kind of a little bit attached to them during the month of October, and there might be like returns of negative toxic people or toxic habits, toxic thinking patterns that kind of pop up and challenge you in a way that you need to say no, and you need to kind of be tested with certain things again. But it ends up being a positive thing, because it's testing you and making sure that you're strong enough to let go of these bad habits. And so we also have the South Node here. So with the South Node, this talks about the fact that this is like past life karma. This is something that you're needing to deal with. And again, the words that are shown on here is remember. So remember toxic situations. Remember where this toxic stuff leads you. Remember where it where it puts you, where you end up when you indulge in either maybe a toxic person, toxic bad habits, or toxic thinking patterns. And then it's time to reconsider. So this talks about reconsidering the situation. Do you really want to go down this road again? Do you really want to face these things? Do you really want to be around these people? And then it says now is not the time to. So it's not the time to be doing this. It's not the time to go back into the past. And so South Node deals with our past. It could be our past in this current life or our past life karma, things like this. And so even in the past, it's talking about don't go back in the past. It's, you know where it leads you. You know where you end up. And then we have the Mars card. And so this deals with action. Confronting. So it's finally like you're going to need to confront a lot of things. You're going to need to confront negative people or your own negative shadow self, your toxic behaviors, things like this. And so it's finally like telling you to take action on this, confront these things, and it's like forcing yourself to move in a new direction and making yourself move in this new positive direction, taking action to be different. And then we also have the Jupiter card. So this is like blessings. This is abundance. This is a great card to end up on because it's like finally like expanding yourself. This is great fortune, like it says right on here. Blessings. It's being blessed with certain things. And so right as you start to take action to get rid of these toxic things in your life, this is like finally moving in a very positive direction and getting rewarded because of the fact that you're letting go of these negative things. All of a sudden when you drop negativity, it's like you drop off the ball and chain and you're finally like, holy crap, I can expand so much more. I can finally run free. I'm a gazelle in the middle of the woods. I can finally like do all the things that you've wanted to do. And then we also have the Talisman card. And so this is like reminding you to focus on something that makes you feel good. This is like having like either like a ritual or starting something that you know makes you feel good. And so it's like finally you're going to be unlocking a new way of life that makes you feel great and that makes you feel like you don't need to think or return to any toxic things, because this is like unlocking that new thing that's going to just bring you back to your center, bring you back to who you are, and it's starting kind of like a new life, which is the card that we have next. Is like, this is a new life, and this is the Ankh in ancient Egypt, which is like the gift of life. It's like what the gods use in order to give life. And so this is like a blessing that's coming to you for an opportunity to have like a new life. And I see somebody either coming in to help you. This could be a friend or a family member that comes in with like a helping hand, or it could be like a new person that you meet that all of a sudden inspires you to be different, inspires you to let go of toxic things, and inspires you to be the best that you could be. We also have the Temple of Lapis Lazuli, the god of the ancient skies. Then we also have soul retrieval, deep soul healing with the goddess. And so it's like you guys are going to be definitely someone or an idea or something like this is coming into your life in the month of October that makes you see and remind you of your pure soul again, because I feel like you guys got off on the wrong foot, or you started going down the wrong path, and this is going to bring you back to your soul and heal your soul, heal old past wounds from the past, especially with that South Node card. This is healing the past and moving on to a new future, starting kind of like a new chapter in your life. And then the Temple of Lapis Lazuli, this is like kind of again like ancient Egypt, where you guys might be feeling like, and since all this ancient stuff and past life stuff, this is like dealing a lot with the past. This is dealing a lot with this kind of stuff and a lot of healing. You guys might be getting inspired by something new and wanting to do something amazing, and you're going to find like the good in you, and you're going to be recentered to all the positive things of you and all of the inspiring things about you. We also have the card here of Clean It Up. And so this deals a lot, again, this card fits in this pile so perfectly. You're going to be cleaning up the bad habits. You're going to be cleaning up your life. You're going to be cleaning up your lifestyle. And it's going to be cleaned up in a very beautiful way. It's finally like, it's time to finally clean it up and take action and confront your past, confront your bad habits. And then it's, again, perfect card to be coming up. Why? Why did you go down this road? Why are you doing this? Why are you repeating old cycles? It's finally like, why not do something different? And you're going to be asking yourself probably a lot of questions. There's a lot of reflection happening here, especially with that Hangman right here. This is the card of reflection and asking yourself why, and it gains you a new perspective into wanting to change, because you're all of a sudden seeing life in a new way. Then we also have the Rebel card, and then the Mediator. And so with Rebel, this is kind of obvious. This is like wanting to be different. You want to stand out. You want to rebel against society because you're unique in a certain way, and you don't want to be the same old cookie cutter self. But it's like you don't have to. You're going to realize that you don't have to, and you can be yourself without being attached to bad things or bad habits. And so this is, again, like kind of reminding that maybe you went down the wrong road. Maybe you just wanted to be a rebel. You didn't want to have people tell you what to do or anything like that, and so you went down this path. But it's like you don't have to continue to go down that path because it's probably not the most fulfilling anyway. And there's new ways to do things and still be unique and still be yourself while still being healthy and in good fortune and gaining all good things. So then we also have the Mediator, and this is like, I feel like you yourself are going to be your own mediator of asking yourself why. You might have somebody come into your life asking you why. That makes you see something in a new way. Like somebody's coming into your life to change things around and make you see things completely differently than you did before. And it could also be yourself reflecting and seeing things in this new way and changing yourself because of this. So this is what I'm seeing for you guys in the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so our last pile number 4. If you guys chose this pile, this is your reading for the month of October. So without further ado, let's hop right into this. All right, so pile number 4, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the 4 of Wands. We have the Empress, the Sun, and Temperance. So there's a lot of major arcana cards in here. So this is going to be a major month for you guys. It's going to be something that's a pretty significant month in the year of 2019 for you guys. So with the 4 of Wands here, this is like talking about home life. So home life might be changed up. It might be a main focus for you guys in the month of October. It could be focusing on your significant other quite a bit, or focused on your family, or just in general your own home, changing things up with your home, redecorating, stuff like that. Because with the Empress card right next to it, this deals with Venus, because this deals with decorations. It's like Taurus and Libra, so it's focused on relationships and also like material stuff. So you guys could be redecorating in the month of October, maybe for just Halloween, or maybe you're decorating completely. You're just doing an overhaul, changing up things around your home, maybe even moving to a new home, something along the lines of this. This could also signify pregnancy as well, because with the Empress, she generally speaking is a pregnant woman, but it doesn't have to be. It could also just be new creative ideas as well, because it's like the birth of a new idea, a birth of a new thing. It could be like a physical birth, or getting pregnant if you guys are actually trying for that. If you guys are not trying for that, definitely just be careful in the month of October so that you guys don't end up getting that. But also when it's beside the Sun, this resembles babies. So being beside the Empress and the 4 of Wands, it could be that somebody in the family is getting pregnant, announcing a pregnancy, or giving birth. Or it could just be you coming across some new ideas, some new really inspiring birth of a new idea, birth of a new inspiration. So it could be redecorating your house, like I said, since it's beside the 4 of Wands. It could be things dealing with work, things dealing with a new inspiration about the way that you look, or like changing up your diet, because the Empress always deals with, really good food. She's ruled by Venus, which is ruled by Taurus, which is like ruled by food. And so it could be changing up your diet, focusing more on diet, exercise, things like this, feeling really inspired about it. So beside the Sun, this adds like really good positivity to everything in the month of October for you guys. Any card reading where the Sun pops up, this is something that's very, very positive. It just illuminates everything. There's a lot of happiness happening here. There's a lot of celebration, a lot of joy, really exciting new things happening. And then with the Temperance, this could be like road trips, doing something that's maybe at a bit of a distance, maybe seeing someone that you haven't seen in a long time that lives at a distance from you, or going on road trips, things like this. So this is also like mixing of new ideas and starting new projects, new things, because Temperance is like, you can see she's a little bit of an alchemist, where she mixes two things together that make like a new thing. So it's like new ideas, new inspirations are coming for you at this time and coming into your mind, where it's an overall really positive, creative month for you guys. This is something that's like, I'm going to start a new diet. I'm going to start cooking really healthy for myself. I'm going to do this in this way. I see a little bit of road trips, focus around the home, redecorating, things like this, and focus on relationships as well. We also have the card here of Aries. And so Aries is like, again, initiating new ideas. So this is like jumping headfirst into something. You're going to get definitely like some new inspiration in the month of October where you're just wanting to start something new, new ambitions, going into and jumping headfirst into stuff, and focusing on your desires, the things that you want. And Aries is also kind of like, you know, the strength kind of card. It's ruled by Mars. So it could be that you guys start like a new workout routine. You focus on your health a lot in the month of October. And then we also have the 5th house, which deals with love, relationships, romance. It also deals with fun, spontaneous stuff. Also deals with children again. So children might be an odd focus where either someone's announcing a pregnancy or, it could, again, be just a birth of new creative ideas because it's the ruler of creativity. It's ruled by Leo. The focus is around you, but it also does deal with children. So for some of you guys, again, it's a general reading. So for some of you guys, it's going to deal a lot with children, pregnancies, things like this. And then for the other half of you guys, this just deals with like a lot of passion happening in your life, maybe just a lot of sexual energy happening in your life without the children, but it could be a focus as well for some of you. Or just like really fun, spontaneous ideas. So like I mentioned road trips before, this is definitely like the 5th house deals with like fun, spontaneous stuff like that. And so I definitely see some of that. It's also creativity, deals a lot with decorating. So I definitely see you guys redecorating your home or redecorating yourself, focusing more on working out your body, your health, and the way that you maybe look. And again, like a little bit of road trips probably, because there's a little bit of distance stuff kind of happening here with the Temperance. And then we also have Cancer. So with this is like, again, focusing a lot on love, focusing on maybe some cuddles, some home time. The 4 of Wands in Cancer, the Cancer rules like the 4th house, which is kind of like the 4 of Wands resembles like home life. And so you might be wanting to, you know, cook a nice meal at home, having some home time where you just feel really good, and you just feel like really fulfilled. It's a very fulfilling card, or you're wanting to really take care of somebody this month, things like this. Focusing around the home. Again, redecorating your home could be a major thing this month as well. Then we also have the card here of courage and then jealousy. So with these cards, with the courage card, this is like having the strength and the excitement and the power to like move forward into something and do something great and exciting. And so I definitely see you guys doing some new inspirations. It's like this new idea just comes down. As we can see, this lightning is just like this new like inspiration. It's like a spark. There's a spark happening in the month of October for you guys. And then with this jealousy card, it could be that like with a loved one or anything like that, it could be a little bit of jealousy here and there, or like wanting to just spend more time with your partner. And it could also be, as we see, like we have the evil eye in the middle, which is like, you know, just ward off any people that are jealous of you. Could also be people are very jealous of you in the month of October because it seems like everything's working out very well for you guys. And so you might be getting a little bit of the evil eye where people are like, oh, I can't believe everything's working out so well for you. And so it's kind of just warding off of that. And just so just be cautious and just know that, you know, some people could be really jealous that things are just going very well for you in the month of October. We also have the Portal of Light and the Serpent of Fire. And so with the Serpent of Fire, again, really exciting stuff. I feel like there's a lot of spark happening in the month of October, new creativity, creative ideas, stuff like this. Portal of Light. Portals make me think again of traveling. And so there could be this time, this little bit of October where you guys end up traveling a little bit, or going on a little bit of a road trip, or doing something and welcoming in some new energy. Portal of Light is also welcoming in new energy, things like this, new inspirations coming in, some flashes of ideas, things like this. We also have Serendipity, which deals with coincidences, like things happening that's like really good luck happening, good luck bringing new ideas into your life, or bringing in good fortune, stuff like this. So this is like deja vu happening. You know you're on the right track. Lots of like synchronistic events happening in your life where it just feels like everything's going really, really well. It feels like this, like the month of October for you guys, whoever picked pile number 4, like this is an overall really good month where things just seem to be flowing like real nicely. And it just feels like an overall lucky month where it's like, how did I get this lucky? We also have the Between Worlds card, which is a lot like the Temperance, because this is like mixing two things that sometimes don't belong. It's like you're going into like a new, almost like a portal. like this card says. You're entering this portal of where you're just going into like one of the brightest months of the year. Like this is one of the best months. I think this is probably going to be like your favorite month of the entire year, where it's like you just transport yourself into a new realm, like a new thing where you go from blah to amazing. So again, you guys might be redecorating, where you guys go from like kind of like a plain place into like a new like bright, like, oh my God, this feels great. So it's like redecorating you, yourself, your home. You could also be taking yourself and having this new idea, this new inspiration of like eating healthy, doing this, and all of a sudden you're going to transform from this to this. And then also this deals with your happiness. You're going from this to this. Between Worlds also deals a little bit with travel as well, where you guys travel around and you get to see new things, experience new cultures, stuff like that, and maybe go on a little bit of a road trip. And then we also have our last two cards is Mystic and Artist. And so with these cards, this is like, with Artist, you're going to feel very creative this month. Artist deals with redecorating as well, maybe being artsy with your food and your new diet, exercising. Artist with, new inspirations, new ideas flowing to you, new exciting stuff, feeling like you are like the painter of your reality and you're going to paint something so beautiful. And then with the Mystic, this is like having like some like intimate connection with other people and with yourself, with your intuition. It could be a very intuitive month where you feel very connected to other people. You feel very connected with other things in your life, and just feeling very like, it could be a very magical month. Like this is like a magical month for you guys, where things, it's just like, it's almost like too good to be real. You're like, is this really real? And it could feel very mystical, because it's just like, Between Worlds, your intuition could be very high in the month of October because of this Between Worlds card. It's like you're experiencing both this world and the other side. You're like between worlds. You're getting messages from the other side. So if you guys deal a lot with your intuition, you're going to be getting messages from the other side. The Temperance also deals with the connection to other sides, spirits, stuff like that. So you could be experiencing some very mystical stuff in the month of October as well. So this is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.